Had to get it on.
Heat! Michael Mann's 1995 masterpiece is among one of the best films ever made. It's filled with many great scenes, many great scenes, and I'm going to talk about an underrated one in a moment. But bear with me, because I want to quickly list off some of my favorite things in this movie. I love these helmets, this shootout, and of course, the De Niro Pacino diner scene. I love these faces, this line.
What am I doing? I'm talking to an empty telephone.
And this line.
The action is the juice.
These shots. Val jumping. De Niro putting a cute little napkin around the glass of water he sets down for his girlfriend. These two fellas staring at each other. This moment. And this moment. And Pacino's insane performance.
Give me all you got! Here, she got a great ass! And you got your head all the way up it!
Okay, thank you for your patience. So, in a movie filled with so much incredible awesomeness, amazingness, why does this scene always stick in my mind? First, let me set the scene. This is where Bobby D meets his love interest in the movie, played by Amy Brenneman, set in one of the many diner locations in this film. Now back here. Well, here. I love that there's this little moment before we even get to the diner where she just sneaks behind him. I think it nicely plants the idea of those two together in your head so that when they do meet in the following scene, you've just got that little nugget of those two already linked up. Plus, it's important for something she says later that I'll comment on in a moment. Now, on to the diner. We start with a great bit of blocking by introducing us to the diner with the waiter carrying a plate of food, and the camera meets up with De Niro. The camera movement, the walking, the background, the foreground, the busy diner, all of this makes for a nice bit of pacing. Now here's where the juicy stuff begins. De Niro is sat at the bar next to Amy, but with a seat in between them. That will come into play in a moment. Pay attention to where the camera's placed. It's behind them. Now let's start their interaction, because the writing is really good in this scene. She asks him about his book.
What are you reading?
We obviously know he's doing research for his next heist. And at a little over 26 minutes into this movie, we know that he's really serious about his job and really good at it. Now, I can just shut up because De Niro says all of that with his reaction to her asking what is he reading. Pay attention.
What are you reading?
Book about metals.
God, look at that. He assesses her. He's wondering if it's okay to tell her about the book, and decides just to give her the most broad reply.
Book about metals.
Which he's really kind of saying, leave me alone, but she persists, looking over his shoulder to see what specifically the book is about. Now, if you're De Niro here, you're thinking this could be someone undercover spying on him, and she asks about his work, and I don't know about you, and I've never robbed banks or performed heists, but I've seen a lot of movies about people who have robbed banks and performed heists. But if we're to take her at her word, then the previous scene is important so we don't assume she's investigating him. After De Niro's character calls her out,
Lady, why are you so interested in what I read or what I do?
she sees that he doesn't want to be bothered, so she retreats. But he assesses her again and makes the judgment call that she's not a threat. Now we get the thing I can't stop thinking about.
I didn't mean to be rude. I didn't recognize you. I work in metals. I'm a salesman. My name's Neil.
Oh my God! Did you see that? That camera movement got my giblets going more than a hot blonde ever could. Let's watch it again. This simple dolly move does so much for their relationship for the rest of the film. Because we started behind them and ended up in front of them, it tells us De Niro is actually sorry. It tells us that he's actually interested in her. This camera move tells us that they're for sure going to be romantically involved for the rest of the film. It's so good!
Sure.
Now back to the writing. De Niro knows that he has to engage with her now in order to bring her back into the conversation, and so he does.
You like working there?
We get to learn a little bit about her, and then here's the next incredible piece of filmmaking. Mann placed them a seat apart, all for this moment. So if the camera movement didn't do it for you, then De Niro moving a seat over certainly will. Just think about this for a moment. Mann could have placed them seated right next to each other, no seat in between them. Or one of them at the bar and one at a table, or both at two different tables. He had all the options in the world, and he chose this. And I think it's the best choice for this scene because it keeps it all very simple and very effective. Now it should be noted that Mann cuts back behind them for the seat change, and only the seat change. This is obviously a deliberate choice because the camera already moved in front of them, so they would have had to go back to capture just the seat change. Now why would he do that? You obviously never know what actually happened on set that day. It could have been that they didn't decide on the dolly move until partially through filming the scene, and they had footage from behind them and liked Amy's reaction to De Niro moving closer in this shot versus another one. For me, though, I like to think it's on purpose. I like to think it's deliberate. I think Mann knows what he's doing here, obviously, and I think he did it simply to call extra attention to it. By bringing us back behind them, it really screams in our stupid faces, look at him moving closer to her. Because then we come back in front of them for the rest of the scene. It plays out like a classic meet-cute romance scene. Amy plays the rest of the scene so perfectly, as we start to see her get a little nervous because she knows there's a little romance a-brewing, and we finish off the scene with a hard cut to the beautiful night lights of LA to really put a bow on the romance of their relationship. Now back to my favorite part.
I didn't mean to be rude.
Ooh-wee! Look at that! If you ever wanted to know what it is a director does, it's a moment like that that really tells me as an audience member that I'm in good hands. And this film is full of them. The whole movie is a damn masterpiece, but it's this one simple camera move in the middle of a conversation with a guy and a girl that gets me so excited. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm trying out this new video essay format. I liked making it, so I plan on making some more. I think the next movie I'm going to do is going to be on the Batman, so get subscribed, check that one out, and I'll see you in the next one.